Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I've got to speak a little bit lower than normal just because of, the rest of the family members are sleeping because it's fairly early in the morning. Really excited about this video because I am fitting these. Now some of you might have no idea what these are. These are time trial extension poles from Drag20. So they hug your arm like that. I am going to my good friend Callum Hughes, who's done a couple of bike fits for me already. Really knowledgeable guy, and he's going to fit these for me. I know some of you might say, Harry, why can't you just fit them yourselves? It's pretty simple. Yes, it is, but as you can see, these are pretty long and they need to be trimmed. And I do not trust myself because I can imagine that would go wrong. So I'll get Callum to do it because he knows what he's doing. And if he fucks up, then I've got someone to blame it on other than myself. So it's a win-win for me. And I'm already late, so I need to go. Classic Harry Palmer fashion, late for everything. Let's go. I was up at 6 this morning to get my mobility done, and then have breakfast, get ready, pack the car, and head off to Callum's. And I assumed that would give me plenty of time. As it turns out, no. I always underestimate how long things are going to take, and I'm always running late. Oh my god. And the exposure on this camera is going crazy. Haven't got the ND filter on. Oh my god. This morning. This is the issue with having camera equipment as well as cycling equipment. You end up spending all your money on it, and you don't have enough space for it. It's brilliant. Oh shit, I've just broken the box. Fuck. Oh, my morning is going from stressing me out. Sorry for the angle of this camera, you're going to get a lot of chins in that. Okay, that should be fine. Just tried to pick up the box and split it here. What a dickhead. Oh. I'm going to leave it. Let's go. Callum, what are we doing today?
We're going to take off the current bars, the extensions, take out one of the angled shims that have been raising up your arms, your elbows to get you to this level of the bar. We're going to put on the Drag20, so take a look at these ones. The Drag20 cockpit. We're going to change these bars and get you into a much better position.
Nice.
We'd look at getting this shifter in the right place.
Yeah.
So it then changes it.
That does make it a lot longer.
A lot longer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why we have to cut it down. You can see the difference, you're trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
So they're great for triathletes as well as, you know, time trialers trying to attack the world. As well as their own speeds, but...
They look so good.
Yeah, so once we get it right... Oh, drops off. Once we get it right, we're going to have you in that position just there. Nice high-sided armrest holding you at the back. Bit of padding. It's going to be really comfy.
And the padding, so like this,
yep.
Is that just like for a comfort point of view, or is that because your forearm does need to be slightly higher?
Comfort, because it's resting on there.
Right, okay.
So when your forearm's on there, if you think of the road vibrations,
yeah,
so if you get any chatter, we don't want you to avoid pressure here. We want you to give you a reason to increase the amount of pressure you can put on your forearm. And the feedback from the road is key for that. So if you're trying to avoid that, that's not going to be good for your like, relaxation and your performance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks so
this is the high-rise pole. You also get the low-rise pole. So the low-rise with a different angled riser gives you that UCI position. So you can get a really high pole, like praying mantis, high hands, or you can have the UCI legal version. And actually, with some people that can pull them down, so it gets their lower back position anyway. Yeah. So there's two sort of ways to work it.
You see a lot of people, so like Joe Skipper, really high hand position, and then you look at Sebastian Kienle, really low hand position.
Is that just personal preference, I guess?
Yeah, so Keenley tried, I'm pretty sure I saw an interview saying he tried the high hand position, and it didn't work with him. He just like didn't get on with it.
Because Jan Frodeno as well, like both of them got quite low hands, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Sebastian said that he couldn't put the power out in that high hand position.
Right. Okay.
So it changes what you use with your core.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, because it's different to the way we work every day, we've got this disconnect between our upper body and our lower body. It actually comes from our core through your like athlete thoracic system.
Yeah.
So if you think if you're riding along flat and your head's here, your spine's in line, the moment that drops and then you try and look up, it changes.
Yeah.
Because you're pulling into your core a different way, so that ruins your, spoils your diaphragm.
Yeah.
Because you're really pulling the system up that it's not used to. So some people that doesn't work with, and the high hands can force people into that position if their body isn't correctly mobile throughout.
Yeah.
Call him a little elephant. Look at his ears. Look at these giant ears.
I hope you guys have enjoyed that bit of video, that bit of footage. Just to talk a little bit about these bars, because I don't know a crazy amount about them. I don't know as much as this nice guy right here. So Callum, do you want to tell us a little bit about these and why I've done it and why people might consider getting bars like that?
Yeah, definitely. So do you want to Don't eat the microphone, Sterling. So what Harry's gone for, he's gone for a set of the Drag 20 ergo poles, and the aim is, I don't know, to knock your bike over. The aim is with the ergo poles is to ergonomically assist the rider in their aerodynamic position. So for what Drag 20 have done is they've made it incredibly comfortable for riders. They've got different variations of the pole, so you've got high rise and low rise. What you end up getting is your forearm weight on the bar. He's stuck now. So excited. You end up getting your forearm weight on the bar, and you've got an ergonomic grip as well. So Harry's got the DI2 shifters popped in the end of the grips, so it makes changing more economical and efficient without moving your hands. It's nice and. What do you want to say? No, don't eat it. You end up getting a much more relaxed position because your hands are relaxed all the way down to your forearms and your weight on your elbows. Sometimes you end up with a traditional bar, like the round sort of either a straight S-bend or ski bend. You end up with your hand and your weight being on the weight being on your hand and your forearm, your elbow. Whereas these change that to being the weight on your forearm as well. So it takes all of your weight and transitions it across like the whole area rather than two specific points. In bike fit, we try and make the comfort, like your comfort points, your contact points, be more comfortable. A bit distracted having my giant puppy here sort of running around. You end up having your contact points trying to be more comfortable. So we're looking at our hands and elbows being the contact points, but actually now we've added an extra one. We've chucked in our forearms thanks to Drag 20's high rise pole. Harry's also got we've still got the angled riser underneath that, so it angles your armrests and the poles. Yeah, and they seem to work really comfortable.
Yeah,
there you go. Pass over. Let me know how you feel. Don't eat the expensive mic.
Yeah, so this does look really weird. I'm sure I'll get a lot of questions about this, but you look at people, Ali Brownlee rides with these, Joe Skipper used to. It's kind of the way things are going as well with we talked about the Watt Shop bars and also the speed bars as well. So these are like a similar thing, just like they are a bit cheaper than the actual like speed bars, aren't they?
Yeah. It's also customizability. So what we can do is we can change exactly what length your forearm's going to be. With the bar, so we can move the extension out, we can cut the handhold sort of shorter or longer depending on the size of your dinner plate hands, or if you've got smaller hands like I have, we can put those positions anywhere. So it's not being limited by a bar that's off the shelf, and as average we're looking at a complete customizable setup. So the distance from your elbow to your hand, where the crook of your wrist sort of falls onto the grip, and where you come up from your elbow onto your forearm, and sort of what height you want to gain. That's quite a large change of it. I think one of the biggest parts is that you've got a really comfortable sort of pad, if you want to point to the pad for a second. So you've got a pad underneath the forearm, so actually you don't get the feedback from the road as being harsh, or there's no gap. Sterling, it's just a lady. Oh, she's got a dog. Hold on. It's fine with other dogs. He just wants to say hello. One thing to cover, like more aero and more comfortable, like what I would say to people is think of your contact points. Yeah. So your feet, your saddle, and your bars, those should all be comfortable. You don't want any part of those to be uncomfortable, otherwise you can't put pressure down. Yeah. So pressure through your feet. If you lose pressure there, you're not putting power down. If you can't sit on the saddle, you're not going to be in that sustainable riding position for an extended period of time. So if it's 10 miles versus an Ironman, or you've got people doing Everesting and stuff like that now. So you know, lockdowns sort of caused everybody to go a bit crazy, yeah. And so it's then really focus on just your contact points. If those are the things you look at, you're going to make a huge difference. But yeah, I'm sure Harry's going to put up a load of photos of the bar position, but showing how comfortable and how sleek they are in contact with your arm.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, and I'll be doing like maybe a progress video or some sort of video to show you like how I've been getting on with them, and give you like feedback. Let's say after like a month of riding them or something, maybe do like a feedback video. Yeah. But yeah, what I would say is, if you do want to check out any of Callum's services or whatever he provides, I will link his social media and his website in the description below. So please go and check that out, because he knows his shit, and he'll be able to help you out if you're interested. So cheers, mate. Yeah, really appreciate that.
Good luck.
Thanks so much for watching the video, you lot. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, as always, please like, share, comment and subscribe if you haven't done already, just by clicking over to my right. And if you want to watch another video from my channel, just click below, and I'll see you in the next one.